My dear brothers and sisters of Africa, just a few days ago, on the 6th February 2026, something beautiful happened in Somalia, something that has never happened before in the history of Africa. Something so pure, so powerful, that the whole world is talking about it. The people of Somalia, the men, the women, the young people, the old people, those who live inside the country and those who live far away in the diaspora, they came together as one family. They opened their pockets, they gave their own money, they collected almost 300,000 American dollars, not from the government, not from foreign countries, from their own sweat, from their own love. And with that money, they built a house, a real house, a beautiful house by the sea in the city of Marka, in the Lower Shabelle region. They called it Mahatsanid Madaxweene. Thank you, Mr. President. They built it for their former president, Muhammad Abdullahi Muhammad, the man we all know as Farmajo. Brothers and sisters, listen to me carefully. This is not normal. This is not something you see every day. In fact, this has never happened in Africa before. And maybe it has never happened anywhere in the world. A whole nation, after a president has left power, decides to build him a house with their own hands and their own money. Not because they were forced, not because someone told them to do it, but because their hearts told them to do it. President Farmajo is the only president in the whole of Africa, and I say this with all my strength, the only president in the entire world who has received such a great recognition from his own people. This is rare, this is special, this is historic. When I heard the news, I stopped everything I was doing. I called my brothers in the government. I said to them, look what the Somali people have done. This is the Africa we are fighting for. Because when a leader serves his people with honesty, when he protects them, when he refuses to steal from them, the people never forget. The people remember. And one day, the people say thank you in the most beautiful way possible. That is exactly what happened with President Farmajo. During his time from 2017 to 2022, he showed the world what a real African leader looks like. He did not come to power to get rich, he came to power to serve. He came to power to protect Somalia. And the Somali people saw it, they felt it. That is why today they built him that house. My brothers and sisters, this is the beginning of my message. In the next parts, I will tell you more about how Farmajo never stole even $1 from his people, how the Somali soldiers loved him like a father, and how the current leaders in Mogadishu are doing the opposite. But for now, I want you to feel this moment. A former president receiving a house from his own people. This is the power of truth. This is the power of real leadership. And this is why today, from Burkina Faso, I send my warmest congratulations and my deepest respect to President Muhammad Abdullahi Farmajo. Thank you, Mr. President. Mahatsanid Madaxweene. Now let me speak plainly, because the truth must be told without fear. We all know what makes a leader great in the eyes of his people. It is not fancy cars. It is not big houses paid by foreign money. It is not stealing from the national treasury while the children go hungry. No, a true leader is one who protects the money of the people, who refuses to touch even 1 cent that belongs to the nation, who lives simply so that the nation can rise. That is exactly what President Muhammad Abdullahi Farmajo did during his mandate from 2017 to 2022. From everything I have learned, from reports, from the voices of Somalis themselves, Farmajo did not steal. Not a single dollar of the Somali people's money went into his pocket for personal gain. Instead, he protected it. He fought corruption. He worked to rebuild institutions. He stood firm against those who wanted to divide Somalia. And the Somali military, the soldiers who carried the guns, who faced death every day for their country, they loved him like a father. They respected him deeply. They saw a commander who cared about them, who paid their salaries on time when possible, who did not use them for personal power games. This is rare in our Africa today. Too many leaders come to power promising heaven, but leave with pockets full and the people empty. But not Farmajo. That is why when he left office in May 2022, the people did not forget. They waited, they organized, and years later, in 2026, they built him that house themselves. Now look at the contrast, and this pains my heart as an African patriot. Today, under the current president, Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, things are different, very different. Reports come from Mogadishu and other places. Security forces go into neighborhoods, they demolish homes, they force civilians, poor families, displaced people who have suffered for 30 years or more from war and drought out of the only shelters they have. They say this is government property. They bulldoze houses without warning, without compensation, without giving people a new place to live. Hundreds of thousands, yes, over 140,000. In 2025, alone in Banadir region have been evicted, left on the streets or pushed to camps outside the city. Children without schools, mothers without safety, fathers without hope. Brothers and sisters, I ask you one simple question. What is the state? The state is not a building in Mogadishu. The state is not the president alone. The state is the citizens, the people. The land belongs to the Somali people, not to any government that decides to sell it or grab it for a few rich men. If a government destroys the homes of its own citizens, where do they go? Where do they sleep? Where do their children play? For over 20 years, many Somalis have lived in hardship, in camps, in makeshift houses, because of war, because of Al-Shabaab, because of floods and drought. They survived, but now their own government pushes them out. This is not leadership. This is the opposite of what Farmajo did. Farmajo never chased his people from their homes. He never stole from them. That is why today they honor him with a house built by love, not by force.